Speaking of dads, Brett Favre did something for his daughter in the news, right? Remember getting that money for the volleyball stadium?
He didn't send her a dick pic, did he?
No, not that I know of. No, she might have got a crock pic.
Gunslinger.
Not the dick pic.
What do we know about the Favre saga at this point?
He's not a good dude.
That's
what we know.
Yeah, not particularly good dude. Trevor, you asked I think a pertinent and poignant question prior to the broadcast. You said, as a Packers fan, Jameson, your feelings on Brett Favre, have they been tainted? Or can you separate, Brett Favre, the Packer, the Super Bowl winning, gunslinging, Wrangler wearing?
If you really like Brett Favre, you know that he's not a great dude to begin with.
Kodiak
He's got
spitting.
the dick pics. He's got the Vicodin issues. He's not a great dude. So this is just another thing on top of it that is unfortunate that it happens. But I don't think he cares. So it's too bad.
A shock to the overwhelmingly wholesome people of Wisconsin that I've come to know.
Correct.
I mean, he cheated on his wife while she had breast cancer. So, I mean, that kind of tells you what kind of person he is.
You can't do that to Deanna.
Sums it up.
Wow. Yeah, I guess, huh?
I mean, it's despicable because Mississippi is probably 50th out of 50 in terms of, low income areas and people that need those funds. Yet him and the governor decided to siphon $8 million to Southern Miss in order to build a new volleyball center for his daughter, who was going to be an incoming freshman and playing volleyball there.
I think it's important to know that before he did that, he did ask the governor if he knew any contractors that would just build it for free. This is a man that made well over $120 million playing football. I would assume millions of dollars more giving speeches that he never gave. In a variety of endorsement money, and he was out there fishing for it for nothing, and then he was fishing for state funds to get this thing built. I would say that scumbag is probably an appropriate title at this point. Sirius XM did pull his show, which I'm sure dozens of people were listening to. So his wife will have to deal with him a little bit more, I guess. A couple hours more per week. He's going to be putzing around the house.
Wranglers and what's those icy? What are those bandage? What's he do?
The copper tone or copper something.
Copper tone, yes.
It would be great if Wrangler released a press release that just said we humbly request that Favre stop wearing our jeans in public.
Just
There
take
was
them off
one that
right
said,
there.
"We're standing by him." Right. The other day I saw. I was like, all
Wrangler
right.
issues a statement of support for Brett Favre. We support men who cheat on their wives while they have breast cancer and take money from the needy to build $8 million volleyball stadiums for their daughter.
Apparently, there was $2 million that went to a pharmaceutical startup that Favre was an investor in as well. I don't even know what the hell that means.
Super Bowl, guys, you won a Super Bowl. It doesn't matter.
What kind of painkillers did that company make? Was it more of the hydrocodone, the Percocet?
It's coming around.
It's in his backyard. It's a pole barn filled with about 12 kids from some fucking pharmacy school.
He's pulling the limelight from A-Rod, who's been doing hallucinogenic drugs with his, freak show sidekick here for the last 6 months.
Yeah, what's her name? Blue Rainbow?
Blue Panther or Blue Steel or something.
Yeah, he's got this crazy girlfriend now who carries like an old dirty yoga mat. She is hot.
I'll give her that.
Obviously, he's not banging ugly chicks.
Yes, he is.
He does?
Danica Patrick is not hot.
I think I could have a legitimate argument for that. She's not a bad-looking woman.
No.
Do you see her in the GoDaddy ads?
She's mousy.
Yep.
She's mousy. I mean, she's little.
How do you think those two met? Do you think Aaron Rodgers slid into her DMs? Like, how do you think those two met? Like, honestly. Did they both go to fucking Coachella together or something?
I think it's the representatives, right? Like somebody was saying on Howard Stern once that about 3/4 of relationships are one representative being reached out to from a celebrity saying, "I'd like to meet so and so."
He's like, "I want to meet," and
then they go out
a slightly sexier Tracy Ullman.
Because you have to assume that you can't just have casual hookups with people when everyone's on a social media accounts because that's going to go viral like right as you're pulling out. So I'm sure that there's just comfort in hooking up with people who know how the game is played.
I'm surprised.
There's a dating app, though, that somebody was saying. There's a dating app exclusively for very successful and celebrities, people who are known, who have a bunch of money. And you have to be qualified to get into it. And then it's like people very well known, like A-listers are on this app. And then
like the Millionaire Matchmaker, some shit like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So it's out there.
Did Favre ever do any broadcast announcing in the booth? I can't recall.
He's done some guest spots. Favre,
he was on there once or twice, and he didn't do a very good job from what I remember.
No.
He's great in pieces, not great live. But, I mean, I always thought he was an engaging and charismatic guy.
He was always just him and on, though.
Was he better or worse than Dan Orlovsky?
Oh, worse for sure. Orlovsky knows his stuff. He's just very annoying.
That's good. He had a little snafu the other day. David, recall that? I think you want to play the.
Yeah, we've got a sound clip. I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but it's quite fantastic. This is Dan Orlovsky. It's about 18 seconds. Give her a chance to play. Dan Orlovsky on air over the weekend.
Their quarterback is the most indefensible quarterback in the NFL. Now, the big change is the commitment to running the football. They believe that, one, it gives them peace to do it, and then two, if they can, the impact it's going to have on their passing game.
Fantastic. So Orlovsky, the story goes, farted live on air. At least that's a suspicion. Is Fartgate? Is anyone disproven this? Is this fake?
No,
or did this happen?
This is where it ended, as far as I know. There was just a little, and then he just glazed over it like a professional, and I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
I didn't think he glazed over at all. He paused a full second before he did it, and then fucking had to hit the reset button on his brain before he could continue his line of thought.
I think that was more like a queef than a fart, but I digress.
Knowing Dan Orlovsky.
Well,
that's the sound his career made when he stepped on it over the back of the end zone.
Well, he's not the only one now, though.